How's it going, YouTube? This is WifiMerriman here today, bring you guys a best out of 3 against the TheSean37. And yeah, oddly enough, our teams are more similar than what it shows on paper right here. So it's actually been, this was actually a really fun set overall, and I did enjoy this. The question of the day is, because if you look at my opponent's team, Sean's team over here, he has a Sneasel. During this first battle, you see that it's holding the Salac Berry, which is what my Weavile is holding. So my question of the day is, why are you running Sneasel over Weavile? I just don't. Anyone can answer. I know TheSean37, maybe you have an answer as well. I don't know if there's a preference on why you're doing so. But I just want to kind of know. Either way, this was a very, very fun set. And let's go ahead and get everything started. He starts off leading off with his Cobalion and Sneasel, as I lead my Weavile and Terrakion. Alright, so we both decided to go ahead and Dynamax our Swords of Justice Pokemon. So his Cobalion Dynamaxes and my Terrakion will follow. Cobalion is just a little bit faster. I don't necessarily know the speed stats, but I do believe Cobalion is faster than Terrakion. So we'll get into that Dynamax on the Terrakion now. Alright. So his Sneasel actually goes for Fake Out. I was expecting like a beat up or something right off the bat, so I was like, I kind of have to get some big damage on that on his Cobalion, but he just ends up nuking my Weavile, and I go for my Max Knuckle. I should have went into the Sneasel. I think if I would have went to the Sneasel like how he did with my Weavile, I think we would have been in a pretty decent spot, but I do not. I actually go into Cobalion, do about half, but it's doing me no good. I mean, I can go into my Arcanine here. I'll get that Intimidate off, but he's got, okay, he does have the Inner Focus on the Sneasel, which is something that Weavile does not have. But either way, he's able to just go for a nice beat up play. Right here with my Arcanine, after all these beat ups, I do go for Will-O-Wisp, and I don't know necessarily if that was the right play either. I might have would have been better off just going for Heat Wave. I don't know, put some more pressure on the Cobalion. In this scenario though, I figure maybe if I can burn it and do let him do less damage or something. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking at this Cobalion, you're thinking, right, man, how you gonna handle this? He is a +3 and not a +4, but he's still gonna hit like a truck. With the burn halving his attack damage, he still has a crazy amount of attack power. Right here, he becomes a +4 because of the Fling Salac Berry. So in fact, he gets to be +4 in attack, and then +1 in speed, which is pretty crazy, dude. Great setup, and that's basically what this team setup does as well. If you guys did see my Terrakion video, the video before this, you can see how how this team's supposed to function with Terrakion, and that was basically what the plan was to do, is to fling my Salac Berry. My Weavile does not have beat up. I just could never get Fling and beat up going at the same time, and I figure I get more value just having Fling anyway, and then I will just add Triple Axe, because I had so many scenarios when I did have beat up where Weavile was like the last one. It wasn't working out for me, but it may work out for you. But anyway, he goes for Sacred Sword. Picks up a one-hit KO. My Snorlax just destroys my Snorlax. Beat up again. See, this is what I'm saying. I know Triple Axle probably wouldn't do that much either to an Arcanine, but I think it would do more than that. Anyway, that's still pretty decent damage, knowing that his knowing with what he has in the back, he ain't too worried about an Arcanine to begin with. Cobalion and Sneasel falls down, faints, whatever you want to call it. I keep calling it, in my head, it's still Weavile. I just don't know. I mean, that's why it's the question of the day. Why are you running a Sneasel over Weavile? I just kind of want to know. That way, if it's something pretty cool, maybe I can run a Sneasel or something, you know. But anyway, Scary Face comes out, slows my Arcanine down, and then Hyper Voice just one-shots it. I think I was going for like a Snarl or Heat Wave. Definitely not going to do that much damage to that Primarina. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoyed game number 1, let's jump into game number 2. Alright, with battle number 2, I gotta change things up. Battle number 1 just did not go my way, so I gotta change things up a little bit. I'm gonna lead Weavile still, but I'm gonna actually bring Swoobat and see if I can get some work done with Swoobat. We got Terrakion, and then we're gonna go ahead and bring our Snorlax as well in the back, because Snorlax overall looks like he can do a lot of damage to my opponent's team. So hopefully we can be able to, just with the team, with this battle number 2 anyway, hopefully we can get some decent damage out. Hopefully not have to worry about the Cobalion as much. The Cobalion was the biggest issue in game number 1. So let's see how we handle this Cobalion in game number 2 as Sean goes ahead and leads what works best for him. Alright, so he's got Cobalion and Sneasel, as I got Weavile and Swoobat. Alright, so what he goes ahead and does is he's going to Dynamax. Here's a Cobalion, and right here we're going to be going for a double protect, and I think the Sneasel actually goes for Fling to go ahead and fling the Salac Berry on Cobalion. I know he goes for Fling before he goes for Beat Up in game number 2, but I don't necessarily know if he does it this turn or if it's next turn. But anyway, yeah, we go for that double protect. He goes for a Rockfall onto my Swoobat with his Cobalion. Okay, so he goes for Fake Out. He knows Swoobat's the big threat. He knows what Swoobat's all about. He's just trying to get the big KO, but with him doing so, he actually activates my weakness policy. So that's really nice. And he has no way to stopping my Weavile. Get me all tongue-tied and messed up, man, having that Sneasel out there on the field. But he has no way of stopping my Weavile from going first. So that's what we're going to be doing, is flinging, and then we're going to be baton passing. And we're praying that he's going to be going for max Rockfall, and we can get our Terrakion in here with a baton pass from our Swoobat. So yeah, that's basically what we're trying to do, and I believe right here is where he Sneasel goes for the Fling in the Salac Berry, and I'm glad he went for Fling over Beat Up, because I think if he went for max Rockfall after the Beat Up, he could probably have done enough damage to probably KO my Terrakion. It'd be like +4, dude. It'd be super powerful. This does a decent chunk to my Terrakion anyway. That's a +1. +4, we might be in the red. It would be a tough comeback, though, I'll tell you that. But I'm glad that he didn't go that route. Because now, Terrakion, because how Swoobat works is if he eats a Salac Berry with his simple ability, he actually gets a +2 in speed instead of a +1. And then if weakness policy activates, we're getting, instead of +2 on both attack and special attack, we're actually getting a +4. So that max knuckle makes Terrakion actually a +5 in attack, and we were +2 speed. So that's why the Cobalion eating the Salac Berry, that's why he didn't outspeed us. Yeah, and plus we're a Life Orb. We're hitting like a truck. This is why I run triple axle. It takes this Sneasel down super low. And I know it's a Sneasel, he's definitely not the bulkiest mon, but just think about any Pokemon. Most of the time this Weavile can do at least half. So it's really nice. Grimmsnarl comes out here, and Grimmsnarl, you know, he has that one job to setting up that reflect, but I don't believe it's gonna work out for him too well, because this max rock fall is just too strong. Being at +5, we're definitely hitting like a truck, and that's kind of why I like Terrakion. I go for taunt on the Sneasel. Yeah, I could have knocked him out with triple axle, but triple axle is a 90 base accuracy move, so it has a chance to miss. And I just didn't want him to taunt my Weavile, because I know he's going to go down to the sand chip. I'm okay taking like a beat up damage. Beat up ain't going to be doing nothing. Yeah, so now he's down to his last mon. Primarina, he's going to stall up my Dynamax by going for a protect here. I'm going to go for Max Quake to practically being in the sand plus the special defense boost. I figured if he does get an attack off, we'll be in a, hopefully we'll be able to live it. This is what I'm hoping. But really and truthfully, I don't see him getting an attack off. We go for taunt with a Weavile. Basically, we got triple axle, yeah. We could go for that. We could go for taunt if he's some type of supportive Primarina for some reason. But anyway, we're gonna go ahead and switch into our Swoobat, just because I want to go for Earthquake, and I kind of want to win with all 4 of my Pokemon intact. And Rock Slide can miss. No need to mess with that stuff. And so we swept them in game number 2. So that's awesome. Let's get into game number 3 and see how it all comes down to the finale. Let's get into battle number 3, the final battle. Last battle we were able to really take command of the Cobalion lead and all that. And so why not change it? We're just gonna go ahead and lead our Weavile Swoobat. Snorlax and Terrakion are in the back, and we'll see how my opponent adjusts to it, or actually how I unadjust, because that's what happened in game number 3. Yeah, you'll just have to wait to see, because it got pretty rough there at the very end, to say the least. Anyway, he leads Cobalion and Sneasel again. It ain't broken. Don't fix it. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's saying. He says game 2 was a fluke, man. Man made a misplay or something. Hey, I ain't gonna make that same misplay again, is what he's saying. I think this is the lead to beat you, and he might be right. It might be the lead to beat me. In fact, I don't know what I was thinking. I'd go ahead and Dynamax my Swoobat, and I honestly think I was on the right track of getting some damage out with Swoobat. But I don't think using him as my Dynamax might have not been the best answer. But, I mean, because I have store powered on this Swoobat, and I don't know necessarily if it would do the same amount of damage as my max airstream that you'll see in a few seconds. I honestly thought that this would just pick up a big KO for me. Being at +4 special attack, having a +2 in speed, I knew we were outspeeding, and I really thought we'd pack enough punch to pick up a KO right here. Yeah, no. I think we were just short, but I wonder if we used store power, if we would have done more damage, or if we would have picked up the KO even. So that might have been a misplay on me, just to go ahead and Dynamax my Swoobat, because it does end up biting me in the butt. Because as you can see, he's getting a big beat up play going. And like I said in game 2, I was so happy that he went for Fling over beat up, because it gave me a better opportunity to baton pass into my Terrakion to actually take control of the game. And this board, he's actually beat-upping first, so therefore he's a +4 attack. There's no way my Swoobat's living this, by the way. Yeah, and then there's no way any Pokemon on my team is going to live an attack from that Cobalion. And he knows the Weavile is not a threat. He could beat Weavile with his Primarina that he has in the back. So how do I handle this? I mean, I really don't have an answer, because I have Terrakion, Snorlax. Both are super weak. Both are slower than Cobalion, way slower with the Snorlax, and then Terrakion, he ain't doing nothing. I'm gonna kind of show you the power of this Cobalion right here. We're actually gonna go for Protect. Once he, I think he goes for Fling, so he gets to be at a +5 in attack. Yeah, this may shock y'all, and hey, I gotta give Sean full credit where credit's due. You know, I mean, he made this team up himself, and this is a really cool team. And this is kind of the same concept of my team. He went a different route by using Cobalion, but great team overall. Super powerful, and it's super hard to beat once he gets going. Like, watch this. We're in Protect, right? We should take that. We do not take that. And that's how powerful that Cobalion is. We don't have an answer. And this is pretty much GG already. I mean, this Cobalion, once he set it up, I made one play. And he pretty much, and it could have been considered a misclick. You know, I mean, you could look at it and be like, man, that was a misclick. You might have went for store power, or could have probably picked up the KO. I'm kind of curious to see how that calc would look. It would be, because you got to look at all the stats and stuff that Swoobat would get. And it would have been, I think it would have been neutral. Yeah, because of being super affected by the fighting type that the Cobalion is. Resisted by the steel type, which kind of neutrals. Those type of moves tend to be neutral. So it would have been a neutral attack. +4 in attack. +4 into special attack. +2 in speed. That's 10 boost. Just kind of trying to think out loud. That would be a very, very powerful attack, in my opinion. I don't necessarily know if the Cobalion could have lived that attack or not. As you can see, though, he just like murdered my Snorlax as well. I mean, you know my Snorlax. You've seen the Snorlax before. This Snorlax takes attacks like it's nobody's business. It ain't taking the Cobalion's attack. We do end up getting the KO on him thanks to our Weavile just going hard into it. But pretty much, I mean, no, I mean, I had to at that point. But he's able to force. He played correctly. Ignore my Weavile, because you know you have answers of that for that in the back. Which he does. He has his Primarina right in the back. So, anyway, Sean, we all know how this game ends. I kind of wanted to see how much a triple axle did to your Primarina. Since this Weavile is 0 investment in attack, I was kind of curious. That's why I went for it instead of just running. But, anyway, Sean, thank you for the battles. I'm looking forward to a rematch in the future. Guys, if you haven't already, check out Sean. I'll leave his link in the description, and he actually uploaded his version of this battle as well onto his channel. So go check that out as well. I think he does live narrations, so if you're more into live narrations, then hey, that might be the place to go. Anyway, guys, like I said, if you guys enjoyed, please comment, like, and subscribe if you're new. Anyway, guys, this is WifiMerriman signing out. Peace.